What's up, everybody? It's Billy Briz back again with another NBA DFS video. Make sure you follow me over on Twitter at Getting Bills. We got a nice little slate today, 8-gamer, so it's going to be a pretty quick video. Very short player pool for me today. I kind of want to see how ownership goes today, but I'll just get right into this video. At the top of the point guard position, we have Luka Doncic at $11,500. It should be interesting to see if Porzingis is going to be returning or not in this game. Regardless, though, I think there's some other studs I would like to pay up for, and that's the same thing I feel about Damian Lillard, too, at $9,600. We're looking at the Fanduel pricing, by the way. I felt like today was a pretty interesting day for Fanduel because they switch a lot of their positions today. Some people that we have been accustomed to at certain positions have been switched over, so I thought it was a little bit more intensive to do Fanduel today. But I'm going down a little bit more. Trae Young, though, I definitely think he's going to be overlooked today with the other studs on the slate. But I like his price tag over here on Fanduel at $8,800. I think he could be a good GPP option. Definitely a good GPP option to run back with some of the Philadelphia value that we'll talk about later on in the video a little bit more. Going down a little bit more, Malcolm Brogdon, definitely his minutes have been trending up. Definitely one to note. He's definitely popping here as I'm looking at dailyfantasyfield.com. But I don't know how much Malcolm Brogdon I'm going to get to today. There's somebody else on that team at the shooting guard position that I kind of like a little bit more. But going down a little bit more, man, I love me some LaMelo Ball. Just now on this slate, $7,400. I feel like today's a good day to pay down at point guard. Play LaMelo on Saturday. And definitely got paid off for that one. But today's not a good LaMelo day, in my opinion. Even though I think it's more of the price tag, and if he's going to start, I think the minutes are going to be there. But that price tag is a little bit too expensive when you have Chris Paul there at $6,900. One thing to note, Cameron Payne is out today. Why I don't think that's a big significant injury for the rotational pieces. I just think that's significant from the way they've been staggering Chris Paul and Devin Booker's minutes, and both of them have been trending up in the right direction. Definitely Phoenix seems like this is going to be a good spot against Washington Wizards today. Wizards are one of the highest paced teams in the league. $6,900 for Chris Paul feels a little bit too cheap today. At the point guard position, I'm going to get me some Chris Paul today. Also going down a little bit more, $5,500, Elfrid Payton. The Knicks are on a second half of back-to-back. The last game was a blowout, and I think he saw about 31 minutes. I feel like 30 minutes is his minute safety right now, and it's a solid floor play at this price tag, but I think you can get a little bit more bang for your buck going down the player pool a little bit more. Ish Smith should get the start Nato should get the start without Westbrook today, but I think Ish Smith is a better fantasy player. So I kind of don't want to go to either of them because they're just going to be running shooting guard cardio minutes, as I like to call it. But one of my favorite plays of the day is going to be let's start talking about this Philadelphia news. Philly is very depleted right now when it comes to the COVID situation. Half of the team is in quarantine right now. Seth Curry's in quarantine. Tobias Harris is in quarantine. Shake Milton's in quarantine. Matisse Thybulle's in quarantine. And Vincent Poirier's in quarantine. So the expected starting lineup for me for the Sixers is going to be Tyrese Maxey at point guard, Isaiah Joe at the shooting guard position, Danny Green at the small forward position, Mike Scott, who should return. He was active for the last game, but that was only because we needed 8 players for the game to even happen. But Mike Scott should get the start at the power forward position, I think, and Joel Embiid at the center position. The only one that would be kind of volatile at the starting lineup would probably be Mike Scott. But if he does get the start, definitely a guy that could pop up. But Isaiah Joe, the dude that I have listed up right here, he made his first career NBA start against the Nuggets. He was a second-round draft pick for us. He came out of Arkansas University, as I like to call it, joking around with the Arkansas people. But I did not expect him to be on the roster and playing so much as he did early. He had a good fantasy game his last game, but a bad real-life game, shooting percentage-wise. He went 3 for 11 from deep, but his aggressiveness is very intriguing, and his willingness to really try to get points on the board should definitely bode well for this team. I think his $3,900 price tag on Fanduel is way too cheap. Definitely a guy I'm going to be overweight on today. But we haven't even got to the cover boy yet. Let's go over to the shooting guard position. The shooting guard position, Bradley Beal is definitely going to lead the way. That's what I was talking about with Luka Doncic. I don't know if I want to pay up for Luka if Bradley Beal's on this slate also as well. The usage is going to be insane without Westbrook. He's basically a near lock button for me, injury news dependent so far. Also, Devin Booker, $7,600, definitely could be an intriguing option. Like I said earlier, Chris Paul and Devin Booker have been staggering their minutes, kind of like not similar to how Lillard and CJ McCollum have been, but similar in the situation of like very just better fantasy production. But Devin Booker, $7,600. I don't know if I want to go there because my boy Victor Oladipo's there at $7,000. I do like this spot for Victor Oladipo. I feel like you get a price tag discount compared to Malcolm Brogdon, but his minutes have been trending in the right direction, and so has his production, but his shooting percentages have been atrocious. If he has one of these good real life days where he shoots closer to 40 or 50% from the field and from the 3-point line, he's going to win you a GPP, especially at that price tag at $7,000. Today might be the day I'll get some Victor Oladipo in my lineups, but it's going to be real hard because Tyrese Maxey, cover boy, is going to be right there at $5,200. The rookie has led this team. Has led the team in usage yesterday, and he should be second right behind Embiid in points, and he's just been absolutely balling. I think he's game script proof. He should play in a blowout, and if we win this game, it would be because Tyrese Maxey went off. It's crazy that in this short amount of his career so far, he already has a higher career high points than Ben Simmons had in like the last 3 years. 3 to 4 years he's been with us. Tyrese Maxey's been ridiculous, $5,200, way too cheap of a price tag. I'm going to stack up a lot of Tyrese Maxey and the rest of the Philadelphia value. Going down a little bit more, also a rookie on this team, undrafted rookie. His name is Dakota Mathis. $4,100 over here on DK, listed at the shooting guard position. Wild, man. I did not expect this kid to even be on the team. I thought he was a G League candidate, but he's a 3-point specialist. So if you're a 3-point specialist at $4,100, and especially playing for the Sixers, he should be one of the guys that should come off our bench. That should really, I think he should lead the team in usage off the bench. Let me say that now, off the bench. He was kind of already in the rotation before, but I think if he gets the 3-point shooting stroke together and shows why he's even in the NBA, he's only in the NBA because he can shoot threes. One of these nights, man, I definitely think he's viable, and tonight's definitely going to be the first start of the nights. $4,100, way too cheap of a price tag. I'm definitely getting a lot of Dakota Mathis. Today I'm going to keep my player pool really short. I feel like I'm just going to take chances in spots that I really feel like I can bank on. So I'm not going to really go over a lot of different players that might be in other people's players' pools today, but I'm keeping mine very short. So the only shooting guards I'm really looking at right now so far without really getting ownership later into the day baked in is going to be Bradley Beal, Victor Oladipo, Tyrese Maxey, and Dakota Mathis. And that's over here on Fanduel also as well. A lot of these plays are also Fanduel and DK viable. I just felt like Fanduel was a little bit more important to go over the positions today because a lot of the positions have gotten switched. But let's go over to the small forward position. $5,800 is probably where I'm going to start paying up at. Tim Hardaway Jr. Definitely, man, cost me a couple thousand playing Chetty over Hardaway on Saturday, man. That shit fucking burned. But all jokes aside, though, Tim Hardaway, man, definitely should ball out in this game. I would be less interested in this play if Porzingis is going to play, but we don't know that yet, and we don't know his minutes limit so far. But Tim Hardaway Jr. definitely an interesting option. Also, another interesting option is going to be Kyle Anderson. Small forward just dead today. At the paying up, why would you pay up for small forward today? Honestly, I feel like the mid-range and the cheap options is where I'm going to go. But you know what they say in fantasy, NBA fantasy especially, minutes equals production, and production equals money signs. And Anderson is going to equal low ownership, and that's going to be intriguing to me on this slate. $5,400. But also another guy to talk about is going to be Rui Hachimura, $4,900. Don't know why he's listed at the small forward position. He's going to be playing some center with Thomas Bryant being hurt. But Danny Green, though, is definitely going to be my cash game small forward lock for me today. His usage is just going to be way too high to overlook him, and then his ownership percentage is just going to be way too high to overlook for cash games. But I think in GPPs, I'm going to get a little bit different because the Sixers are on the first half of the back-to-back. So if we're on the first half of the back-to-back and we do get blown out by this team, we play Miami tomorrow. So I don't know. I don't want a game script theory perspective it, but if I game script theory perspective it, I don't want to play Danny Green at like 60, 70% ownership. I'm going to have to bite the bullet in cash games. He's going to be a cash game lock for me on both websites. But, man, in GPPs, I feel like you can get a little bit different. I wouldn't call you crazy if you don't want to play Danny Green at $4,800. It's not really just – I just feel like he's going to pay off that price tag way too cheap of a price tag. But there's some guys that you can go to if you want to go a little bit cheaper. One of the guys being is going to be Cam Reddish of the Atlanta Hawks. That could be a good run back option for your Philadelphia value in GPPs. Bogdan Bogdanovic is going to be out for a while, so that should boost up Cam Reddish's minutes. And then the discount between the websites, he's $5,100 on DK compared to his $4,500 price tag over here on FanDuel. The reason why I'm going to put in my player pool, man, he shot 13 3-pointers. He had 13 3-point attempts last game. If he can shoot anywhere from 30 to 40%, he's going to smash that price tag of $4,500. So that's one of the ways I'm going to try to get different and get off of Danny Green in GPPs. Justin Holiday also there at $4,500. He's going to be a low-owned play, probably going to go overlooked, and he's in the night game. So you know how people have been playing these slates of recent. You kind of want to just play some players in the night game, buy yourself some injury news time. But I feel like we're getting all the injury news way too early today. So I don't know how much Justin Holiday I'm going to get to, but he's definitely a noticeable name that I feel like you should add to your player pools because a lot of people don't really talk about him. He's been playing a lot better real life-wise with T.J. Warren being out. But what up, MMA locker room? Just going over my plays on the slate. Ingram and Zion for me. Mills, I'm telling you, man, you need to hit up these Sixers, dog. These Sixers is where it's at today if you want to play some player props. I'm going to be smacking these player props once FanDuel and MyBookie post them. If you're looking for a book, make sure you go to mybookie.ag, promo code PUFFSports for a 50% bonus on your cash deposit. Must be a minimum of $99, and 100% bonus on a Bitcoin deposit. Must be a minimum of $100. But let's go over to the power forward position because, man, this power forward position on FanDuel, this is why I had it. Usually we do a little bit of Draftkings and FanDuel, but today, man, we're just going to really lock in on FanDuel because FanDuel's fucking up with these price tags, man. How is Sabonis? It is so hard not to just lock in Sabonis and Chetty over here on FanDuel at the power forward position. They changed Chetty to this power forward position. Why? I don't know. Chetty, man, one of my favorite real life NBA players. Man, it's crazy that $100 difference really cost me a couple $1,000s for not playing Tim Hardaway over Chetty. But it's NBA DFS. I'm not going to hold grudges. I'm going to rock with Chetty today, and I'm going to go overweight on Chetty just like I did on Saturday, and hopefully it doesn't burn me $5,100. A little bit concerning that Cleveland's on the first half of back-to-back, but they don't have bodies on that team right now. They only have like 8 to 9 active players. Chetty has been leading this team in assist percentage. He's going to have to be the main playmaker for this team. One interesting signing right before I got on to this pod today was Yogi Ferrell. For the people that love college basketball, Indiana Hoosier, I should say, Yogi Ferrell, because he hasn't done shit in the NBA. But he got signed. He's definitely going to play some point guard minutes for this team. That might bump down Chetty's assist percentage a little bit more. But the fact that he got changed over to the power forward position over here on FanDuel and it's $5,100, that's just way too cheap of a price tag for me. Like, Chetty is $300 difference between Robert Covington. Like, why? Why are you doing this to me today, FanDuel? But you know what? In FanDuel, sometimes I really realize that the competition's a little bit weak over there, and people don't want to lock in people at absurd percentages. And I don't think Sabonis is going to be crazy high on. Maybe in cash games he will be. But I'm just going to lock in Chetty and Sabonis in like 60 to 70% of my lineups today and just hope we walk to the bank, happy today. Other power forwards I'm interested in today, Aaron Gordon. He's finally off a minutes limit. He should be second in his team in usage, and this new offense really trends towards him taking a lot of shots. $6,600 is way too cheap of a price tag. That's going to be $1,000 more expensive once we do this video sometime next week. Also, Brandon Clark, $5,600. I don't know what's up with this Joe Val situation. I think regardless, Brandon Clark's going to be viable. But if Joe Val's out, I definitely like me a lot of Brandon Clark today. $5,600. Definitely, I think he's going to be a decent play. Smash against the Brooklyn Nets over the weekend, but $5,600 from Chetty's there at $5,100. That's just what I'm talking about. It's just hard. But also another bare minimum price play I should definitely talk about is going to be Mike Scott, $3,500. I expect him to get the start, but if he doesn't get the start, that's definitely going to bump down my minute projection on Mike Scott. I have him as the starting. Where do I have him at? Starting power forward tonight. Mike Scott's just going to be needed for this team. I don't know how much minutes the vet's going to play on the first half of the back-to-back, and especially coming off an injury minutes restriction. I might want to see it for one night. I think the young guys on Philly is the way to go. So the guys that I talked about were Isaiah Joe, Tyrese Maxey, Dakota Mathis. Those are how I'm going to rank my Philadelphia value plays today. And if you're playing player props today, make sure you check up on your books and check those Philadelphia player props because those are just going to be way too easy to smash today. Let's go over to the center position real quick before I head on out of here. Not really a lot to talk about the center position today. Needed to do everything for this team today. If he's going to go $9,700, I mean, you can go to Drummond at $9,900, and then on DK you can go to Drummond. I don't know what his DK price tag is off the top of my head, to be honest with you. But I don't know because the Cleveland's on the first half of the back-to-back. So if you're going to use the first half of the back-to-back as an excuse for Joel Embiid, then use that same excuse on Andre Drummond, and then use that same excuse for Nikolai Vucevic because that game's going to blow out. The Bucks are going to smack up on the Magic today. Yeah, if Giannis plays today, then that game is the potential blowout. Andre Drummond is in the first half of back-to-back, and then Joel Embiid's in the first half of back-to-back. So I'm just going to go with Joel Embiid at $9,700. Way too cheap of a price tag. I'm going to smash Joel Embiid today. That sounded a little bit weird, but I'm definitely going to be overweight on Joel Embiid today, especially over there on FanDuel where you got to play one center compared to two centers. But I'm not really looking at a lot today at the center position. There's a couple value plays, though, at the center position. If you want to go to Rocco here, Rocco's going to be coming in for Thomas Bryant as the starting center. I just don't know how many minutes he's going to play. He's just a cardio type of guy, but at bare minimum price, definitely Rocco, add him into your GPP pools. Definitely a lot more viable of a play over there on DK if you're playing there on DK today. But that's really what I'm looking at for today's slate. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like this video and then hit the subscribe button to when you get notified for all Pub Sports Radio live videos. It's NBA season now, so we got closing time with Connor, Miggity Matt, and Ian Barbano. They go live. I think it's going to be like 4 times a week or 3 times a week now with NCAA and NBA back-to-back videos, and then Ski Profit hops in for the NBA one. Ski's always coming in with some funny NBA takes and very insightful, man. And also, we got Monday night college championship football game here on Pub Sports Radio. Which side are you taking? You rocking with Bama or are you rocking with Ohio State tonight? It's going to be an interesting one for tonight's game. I know where Preston's going to be going to because I know he's got that future bet on Alabama. So excited for that one. And then that's really it. USC's back this week, so the channel's really going to be popping off this week. There's going to be videos every day of the week. Tuesday's going to be Brady and Mo back at it again. And then this weekend we'll be talking hands. So we're back to normal now in 2021. But if you want to follow me over on Twitter, at Getting Bills. I'm always tweeting out my bets and my plays. That's probably the easiest way to contact me too, because I don't know why, man. These iPhone 12s are giving me problems, and I don't know why. I can't get this thing working yet. But I'm about to be out. Enjoy your day. It's Monday, just about noontime over here. So make sure you keep up with that NBA news for today, because that's really going to play in a part to how we're going to really play this slate. And be looking out for that Sixers lineup, and then some other ancillary news, like if Porzingis is going to play or not. That's going to really change my opinion about those Maverick secondary pieces. But that's about the sum of this video. I'm about to head on out. Have a nice day, guys.